In this video, I'm going to be picking 5 attackers and 5 defending operators in which I believe we'll never see an elite skin here in Rainbow Six Siege. The reasons for my picks are the operators might be too new, they're never picked in ranked, or I don't think there's really much that Ubisoft can do with their overall design. Currently, there are 56 operators here in Siege and only 29 of them have elite skins. That means that there are 27 operators right now as of June 2020 that don't have elite skins. Out of these 27 operators that don't have elite skins, which operator would you choose that you desperately want to have an elite skin? Also, which operator do you think will never get an elite skin? You can let me know by leaving a comment down below. Now, before we get on with the list, I want to remind you guys to subscribe because we're literally less than 100 subscribers away from hitting 1,000. I seriously can't wait because that is such a huge milestone for me, and if we hit 1,000 subscribers, I'm just gonna be so happy. Okay, enough with the intro, let's just get right into the list. Okay, so I'm sure you guys have been seeing down over here, I'm using a tier list maker over here where I have every single operator pulled up. Every operator from Thatcher down, every operator from Thatcher down are operators with elite skins. All the operators above Thatcher are operators that don't have an elite skin. And then to categorize this list further, I want to let you guys know that anyone from Ace up are operators that have no elite skins and are attackers. Every operator in between Cade and Castle are operators on defense that don't have an elite skin. Okay, since we're starting with attackers first, I'm going to start with number 5. And in no particular order, I think number 5 goes to Maverick. Now, Maverick isn't too new of an operator. Like, he came out in Grim Sky, which is quite a while ago now. He's old enough to where he probably should have an elite skin, yet we don't have one yet. I don't know if there's really much Ubisoft can do with Maverick's design. I'm trying to think of reasons why I don't think Maverick would have an elite skin, and it pretty much just boils down to I don't know where they can really come up with much ideas for him. Let me know in the comment section if you guys have any ideas of what Maverick's elite skin would be, what you would do to make one. Oh yeah, and I'd be really interested to find out what your guys' design for Maverick would be. Coming up at number 4 is gonna be Nook. Now, Nook is also a pretty new defender, and I think she's too new to where she really shouldn't have an elite skin. There's definitely more operators on attack that need elite skin more than Nook, and I don't really know what more they could do with her design. Like, she's really spooky, really creepy. And there's also another thing I want to talk about her design as well. There are some operators here in Siege that, given the right headgear and the right uniform, it's really hard to find out who they are, and that honestly is something that cannot happen with Nook. You need to be able to get on a camera or see her down a hallway and recognize that it's a Nook, so then that way your defenders know to look out for them. So I'm sure that's something that Ubisoft has to work around when it comes to designing headgears and uniforms for Nook is she has to still look like her at the same time. Now, number 3 on our list is going to be oh, there he is, Lion. So Lion is literally never picked. Like, he is never picked. Now, back when Lion first came out, he was brokenly overpowered, and that's when probably elite skin would have made sense because his pick rate was high. But right now, Lion is literally never picked, so I don't really know why they would make an elite skin for him because no one would buy it. Also, unless they removed like all like the hazmat suit and all that, then you could probably get into some kind of interesting designs for him. But honestly, I don't think there's really much they could do with Lion, and he's never picked. Number 2 for the attackers is going to be Jackal. Now, Jackal is banned all the time. He has a lot of frustration surrounding this operator, and honestly, I don't really see Ubisoft making an elite skin for him until they really get his ban rate in check. Like, I really don't believe Jackal deserves to be banned as much as he is, but ultimately he is banned a lot. So if they were to make an elite skin, you would never see it because he's constantly banned. Coming in on number 1 on our list for the attacker side of operators that I believe are never going to get an elite skin is going to be Finka. Now, she really doesn't have any outstanding characteristics that they could really play off of to design an elite skin, and no one ever plays Finka. So I actually just thought this, you know how Ubisoft has really been pushing for people to start picking Finka more with like frag grenades and other various upgrades as well? I wonder if Ubisoft will give Finka an elite skin just to up her pick rate. I think that's highly unlikely because they'll probably lose money off of it, but I think that would actually be a kind of interesting idea. Now, before we jump into the defender side of this video where I pick 5 defenders that I believe to never get elite skin here in Siege, I want to walk through with you guys the thought process that Ubisoft goes through when deciding which operators are going to choose to get an elite skin. At the end of the day, Ubisoft is a company and they need to make money. They make these elite skins as microtransactions for the fans of Rainbow Six Siege to buy. The way that they decide which operators are going to be getting an elite skin from the art department primarily comes from the pick rate of that certain operator. Okay, so let's think about this. There are 2 operators that Ubisoft are deciding are going to get an elite skin. One operator has a really high pick rate, the community generally really likes this operator. The other operator is never played, has a really low pick rate, and no one ever really talks about that operator. Which character do you think is going to sell more for Ubisoft? The operator that has a really high pick rate that people like, or the operator that no one ever talks about that no one plays? It's probably going to be the operator that has a really high pick rate. So with all that being said, let's jump into the defender side of this video. And starting us off again in no particular order, at number 5 is, where is she? Clash. Now, same thing with Jackal. A lot of negativity surrounds Clash, not only from her overall kit in general. Not a lot of people like Clash. She's very oppressive when it comes to the right hands at the right situation, but also the vast majority of bugs and glitches that revolve around Clash as well. So it's probably gonna be some time that the Siege community kind of like the anger for her kind of dies down a little bit and there isn't that much frustration surrounding her. But if they were to make an elite skin for Clash, I think it would have to play off of like the anger, like the brute strength that she like portrays in her character. Like, I don't know about you, but every time I see Clash or see the image of her or any quote from her, I feel like she's always super pissed off. So they're probably gonna have to make an elite skin for her to where she's like just super mad the entire time. Number 4 on our list today for the defenders that I believe that are not going to be getting an elite skin, where is he? Oh, it's gonna be Vigil. Now, we have never seen what Vigil's face looks like. His whole design revolves around being incognito and like very discreet. Now, Vigil actually does see a lot of plays in Siege. Like, he's one of the best roamers in the game, but unless they make an elite skin that kind of goes along with the overall theme of Vigil, being very discreet, a very dark uniform, I don't think he's actually going to be getting an elite skin. Number 3 on our list is going to be Goyo. Now, Goyo is never picked. No one ever plays Goyo. In Pro League, he was picked a lot, but in ranked and your casual play, never picked. He's a very, very new operator, so there's still a lot of operators that need to get elite skins before him. He doesn't really have a very interesting bio, so there's really not much from there that I think that they could do, but he does have that really cool scar across his head, so I wonder if they can kind of do something where he got that scar. But yeah, I don't really think there's really much that they could do with Goyo. Number 2 on our list is going to be Oryx. Now, same thing with Goyo. He is never picked. He's a very, very, very new operator. A lot of operators that need to get skins before him, and unless they make a more clothed, muscular man, I don't think he's really gonna get an elite skin. There's not much they could do with him. Oh my god, okay, wait, I just thought this. All right, I just thought this. What if Ubisoft and Kool-Aid did a little sponsorship and got together to make a Kool-Aid Man elite skin for Oryx? I would totally buy that. And number 1 on the list for the defender side of operators that I think are never going to get a elite skin here in Siege, I think number 1 has to go to Alibi. And the reason why I think it's gonna be Alibi is because number 1, her holograms still do not reflect what the skin, whether her headgear, uniform, and her weapon skin, what the actual Alibi has on during the match. You could have an amazing skin, amazing headgear, whatever for Alibi, and her holograms still aren't going to portray it. But until that feature gets added to Siege where her holograms reflect the customization that actual Alibi has, I don't think she's gonna be getting an elite skin. There are a million other things that Ubisoft needs to work on right now, and I think that's probably one of the last things on their to-do list is to fix Alibi's hologram thing, and I think it's actually pretty hard from what I heard from the developers. So what would your guys' list look like? Do you think any of these operators that I chose will eventually get elite skins, or are there any operators on this list that don't have elite skins that you think will probably have a better chance? You can let me know by leaving a comment down below. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe with notifications if you're new. Now, with all that being said, Jeppy out.